Welcome, foolish mortals, to Count Gauntly's Horrors from the Public Domain. I am your host, Count Simon Gauntly, and each episode I'll be leading you on a journey through the history of film. Specifically, we'll be exploring that eldritch abyss known as the public domain. These are films forgotten by time or abandoned by their creators. The strange, the horrifying, the poorly and cheaply produced. All of these are the purviews of the public domain. So what are we waiting for? Come, join me in my crypt. It's bigger on the inside. Come, join me.
There lived a man so long ago, Count Gauntly was his name. His horror host abilities had brought him wide acclaim. The people flocked from miles around each Gauntly movie night, not knowing that the films he showed infringed on copyright. Upon discovering this fact and learning it was true, an angry mob of lawyers formed with pitchforks, torches too. They tracked the Count and sought to stop his movie hosting ways, and torches blazing put an end to Gauntly's earthly days. But our man was too resilient to let death be the last word. He stirred, sat up upon his slab and vowed he must be heard. So he stocked his tomb with gadgets from the local studio, intent on showing movies on an awesome TV show. But he had to find a legal way, so Gauntly racked his brain. 'Twas then he learned of something called the public domain. Now here he is, the time has come, his dreams are coming true. Count Gauntly's here to share a film in hopes that you won't sue.
Hello again, and welcome to Count Gauntly's Horrors from the Public Domain. If you couldn't tell, or weren't with us last month, we're stranded in the Middle Ages.
Stranded? Ha, this is my home.
Yo, we ain't stranded. This is the party times. We having a good time. No Middle Ages, the real ages.
That's true. I mean, you guys are right at home. But I myself am from a different era in the far future. We got like penicillin and like tacos.
Laser gun parties?
Yeah.
What is this penicillin?
It works out okay for me and my folks. But that's why we're here. We're searching the woods. Santa and his time powers stranded us back here. And so we gotta find some way, I gotta find some way of getting back to my home time, hopefully. And so Augrot and the rest of them, they're out searching other corners of the wood here. We kind of split up, Scooby-Doo style to accelerate our time finding a means to get us to that future place again, even with no Santa to help us out.
So here we got G-Unit, we got a little Chad, Freaks Lizzie, how's it going today?
Who is this freak slice you speak of? I am Minsley, the
Oh,
minstrel.
Minsley, the bard.
I play music.
That's right. And so we gotta look around. I mean, do you guys have any idea of how I might be able to get home?
My friend, I may not know how to get you home, but this fine gentleman Chad and myself, we will follow you till the nearest future or the farthest future, whichever one comes
That's great,
first.
even though you guys are from this time.
Indeed.
Oh man, I was scratching my head thinking how I could convince you guys. But I mean, you like to travel, right? I mean, that's the life of a bard.
If you are interesting, if I can write songs about you, clearly he is a good candidate, then yes. Yes, indeed.
All right, and little Chad, I know we had a bit of a kerfuffle last time when you faced the dragon and we had admittedly eaten its eggs and you didn't really know what to do. But we got back together for our victory party at the end. We shared a tongue.
That's true, yo.
Oh, yes.
Yo, check it. So this is how I see it. You go into the future. Only time travel I know. Get a barrel of mead. You drink the mead. You go to sleep. You wake. You're in the future. That's one future. You say you know a better future. We go to that. Is there the parties there?
Yeah, there are
Is
parties.
there the ladies there?
Yeah,
Oh,
every
man.
once in a while.
They have meat in the
On
future?
Oh man, but
All kinds of meat.
Oh my.
gonna be missing Darren G. But you know, little chat all about where the good time is. I follow you, future, past, present, man.
Yeah, who knows?
I'm with
I
you,
mean,
G Unit. I'm with you. We
the
ride
sky's
together,
the
we
limit.
die together.
The time's the limit. Come on, go.
All right.
I mean, what are the chances of us finding somebody who can help us here in these woods? I don't know.
These are weird woods.
Oh, we got some good people here.
Yeah, I mean, we're here. We're good. You know, we're homeboys. We know each other. We trust each other. And as long as we got that,
Oh, my Duchess.
Hello.
hello.
Hello, I am Chronotempia, the goddess of time.
Really?
Fascinating.
Oh, time. I mean, that's perfect. Yeah, because actually we have a time-based conundrum on our hands right as we speak.
Yeah, we be trying to ride dirty on time, go straight to the future. He says there's laser gun
Future.
parties there.
Laser guns. What? I'm so confused right now.
Yeah, actually, I came here with a group of creepy, crawly crypt dwellers from the subterranea of the far future. And my name is Count Gauntly, by the way. You said yours was
Chronotempia.
Chronotempia. That just rolls off the tongue.
Ah, yes. It's beautiful. Very musical.
And I was wondering, I mean, goddess of time, maybe you would know a way that we might be able to get back there. Myself and my party, aided and abetted by these wonderful residents of the Middle Ages here, as we call them, or the present ages, as you might say now.
It's wonderful.
Got them clock grills right on your eyes. Maybe you're gonna see how we move straight to the future.
I am sorry, I cannot simply meddle with time, but perhaps if you harmonize with the music of the spheres, the divine music of the spheres, you can progress more quickly into the future.
Oh,
Hey,
what a theory.
yeah, if we,
For real now? Harmonize?
yeah, I mean, if we could just find a way to, match the resonant frequency of the universe, we could just speed it up, just match it and, amplify that wavelength, accelerate the progression of the time slippage, and there we go. Bing, bang, boom, future time.
Good vibes.
I'm all about the groove, all about the jam. Me and Darren G got a mixtape. We'll do whatever it takes. Make it hot. We'll make it good. Let's do it.
Perfect. I mean, I don't think I could have picked a better bunch to make music together, get us to that present day.
Well, I have a
As I
perfect
say.
piece here with me. This instrument was passed down to me from my father, from his mother, from his dog, and down to me. And I will play a song of my people here. And hopefully, Time Lord Lady, you will appreciate this. My friends, do you have your lyrics or something to sing along with this?
Oh, certainly. Well,
Yes.
you lead us through once, just
All
so we
right.
get the tune down.
Here we go.
And
Here we go.
I've been reading the words, the
yeah,
rhymes,
come on
the
up.
MC.
Come on up here, take a look, and we'll learn it as he gets us in here.
Oh, here we are. Me.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so back to the start. I think we got the tune now.
Yeah, oh, we
Let's
got
go through
this.
it.
Blue, beautiful. All right, here we go. And
Alas, my love, you do me wrong to cast me off discourteously, and I have loved you so long, delighting in your company. Green sleeves was all my joy, green sleeves was my delight. Green sleeves
tear in my eye every time.
That music touched me in my soul.
Did it? 9 might as well.
Then, oh,
What time is it?
wait, I'm feeling a time warp. When are we headed? Oh,
What's going down here?
well, this is different.
I look very different. Fascinating.
Oh, my
So,
swag blade.
What's
My
going on?
automaton.
What's going on here, Chronotempia? When have we arrived at?
We are now in the year 1730.
Oh, must be
Really?
a time of fresh fades. Look at this.
Numbers go that high?
Quite a do, but unfortunately that is the wrong year. We still got to go a ways further. Believe it or not, it's
We
true.
ain't even there yet? Oh, man.
I know we made
What
quite
an
a leap,
adventure.
but I guess we got to come up with something to, resonate with the cosmic reverberation. Still more, still harder. Amp up those wavelengths. We got to stimulate the space.
Keep low riding.
Yeah, exactly.
Bass going. Keep jamming.
So, I think we've got the tools at our disposal to put on a performance that just might charm that cosmic wavelength.
I can
That's
see
all
it, man.
say.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Cosmic.
So, just follow me as I lead us in.
Ugh.
It's
What is that contraption?
a tune for the times.
All right.
The Great Mustache War was a sordid affair, fought for the right to grow sweet facial hair. And yet there are those who've forgotten the clash between faces clean shaven and those with a stash. The army in red had said,
In with the new.
which put them at odds with the army in blue. The red said,
We're cleaner, more sophisticated. Your mustachioed look has become antiquated.
but the blues held on fast to the ways of the past. Smooth faces, they said.
Or a fad that won't last. Our ancestors have always sported mustaches. Blues, polish your sabers and stitch up your sashes. If they want war, we'll fight them, so sharpen your knife. This red menace is threatening our way of life.
So the blues took their swords and their daggers in hand, and they marched off to fight for a more hirsute land. But the swords the blues brought, though ornate and outlandish, were no match for the guns that the Red Army brandished. And so as they arrived in their squadrons and ships, the blues fought to the death for the hair on their lips. At last, the blue general faced off with the red, who slung his gun over his shoulder and said,
You brought knives to a gunfight, in that you were careless. It now seems quite certain the future is hairless.
But nay,
said the blue,
for I swear on my grave, the clean-shaven man will not make me his slave, and ever may your striped banner still wave o'er every man who refuses to shave.
then the blues were run through. And I'm sorry to say, that's the reason mustaches are so scarce today. And yet, for a few brave and hairy-lipped men, the flag of the Blue Army waves once again. So what'd you think? Did that vibe with the time
No.
forces that be?
I'm feeling it a little. I'm
Yeah?
feeling the vibrations.
That was truly a clean-shaven piece.
Whoa!
Oh, here comes!
Oh, here we go! Oh, it's time!
Near Fitchburg, Massachusetts, a respectable farmer committed a quite minor breach against the men's styles of his period. And so we began by tracing his story through these objects. The case of razors is well over a century old, and it belongs to the time when every man liked to have a razor for each day of the week. So Joe Palmer, a farmer, prized such a set because then it was the ironclad fashion for American men to go clean-shaven. Now there's also another kind of blade. The knife from a country store used for cutting cheese and things like that might also be used as a lethal weapon. To begin with, the story was ridiculous, except that it happened, and it became deadly, merely over a man's beard. Near Fitchburg, Massachusetts, there is a crude old monument of him. It doesn't look much like him, but it does show the whiskers. It was as trivial a thing as that, in a calm and peaceful New England town, beginning with a little friendly kidding in a barber shop.
So the parson stops the town drunkard. Samuel, says the parson, I'm disgusted with you. Now you come to church tomorrow night and I'll try to save you just once more. So the drunkard, he says, now that's right Christian of you, parson, but there are 9 churches in this town. Don't you think I ought to spread my business around a little more? Latest from Buffalo, New York. All right, Joe, I'll go to work on you.
Get in that chair, you big baboon. We go home with a month's whiskers on us. Our wives will scream and slam the door in our face. Say, Judge, you think we could take him into court for that?
You go ahead of me if you want, Parker. I've been growing this crop long enough so I can wait another half hour for mowing.
Every time you fellas go deer hunting and come back sprouting brush from your jaws, you like to admire yourselves a while, don't you?
Back to nature, they say, storekeeper. Now it's back to work.
Figure the extra work you growed for me in the woods, that'll be 15 cents for you, Parker, and 2 bits for Joe. He sprouted the more since you went hunting.
Say, I think I'll go home with all this hair on my face. Martha laughed fit to kill. Well, after all, if God chooses to grow hair on a man's face...
And God chooses to let a barber make his living, too. Ain't that right, Judge?
Yes, and if God chooses to make Joe Palmer one of the stubbornest cusses in...
I'll tell you the truth, boys. Once these things stop itching, wonder why a man shouldn't have the freedom, as long as he's not hurting nobody else. Well, I'll go home, scare Martha, and wash up. Bring my 2 bits and my beard back later. So long, boys. Goodbye, Joe.
Joe's a nice feller. Religious and all. Awfully nice wife, too. But he's got a pile of opinions.
So have I. One of them is that we leave the gossip to the women.
Remember those who suffer and eat not tonight. Thy grace on them, Lord, as on us, to whom thou givest so much. Amen. Sweet piece of deer meat, too. Lord was good to us. Parker and me packed $6 out apiece and stored them in Henderson's ice cellar. Well, there's a kind of joy in stalking your game through the deep woods. You're wild and free as the beasts you must kill. Now, ponder. Sometimes I ask the Lord what... Now, stop that. Come back here, Timothy. I'll not have my own... All right, Timothy, come on, sit down, eat your supper. Now, that's enough, that's enough.
You look a fright.
Yes, of course. It was just a little joke, but... Your own grandpa said that every fool man had a right to try a mustache or even a beard once in his lifetime. I guess we don't have that right in our generation.
Well, no sense in breaking with custom.
Yes, but the philosophy in this country...
Philosophizing won't keep you out of the barber chair tomorrow, Joe.
Don't keep Pete from charging me 2 bits for the job, either. But 150 years ago, an American could grow a beard like Methuselah and no soul to boss him. These mashed potatoes are as light as the wings of an angel, Martha.
I kind of like your whiskers, Pa. You look like the Bible. A picture from it, I mean.
There. Now, out of the mouths of babes.
Nonsense. A joke's a joke. Now, finish your supper and...
I confess something aroused me, Martha. You know Henderson. We stored the deer meat in his ice house. Well, he said to me, and not joking, mind you, but like he'd a right to, and take that filth off your face, Joe, like an American.
Well, we are Americans, and in Rome, do as the Romans.
This ain't Rome, Martha. That's my point. This ain't Rome.
every time you go hunting with Joe Palmer, you come back smelling of bad liquor and spouting lies and looking like a pair of Barbary apes.
Come to think about it, Joe still looked like a Barbary ape the last time I seen him.
It was nice of Charlie Parker and Joe to have Henderson leave us off a piece of their deer liver.
This deer liver is delicious.
But Henderson's still grumbling because Joe didn't chop off his whiskers yesterday afternoon. Imagine that.
What day is today, Martha?
Thursday.
Yeah, Finney the barber will swear up and down Broad Street I gypped him out of his 2 bits.
Well, you just gyp him then, but chop off those bristles. And you needn't act like Samson, afeard to lose his strength, along with a few snippets of hair.
That's what Delilah said, no doubt.
Well, it isn't Delilah's opinion concerns me, but neighbors like Henderson saying you ought to scrape the filth off your face.
I don't like that. Don't like the way Henderson ordered me. What do you say we let this crop grow a little higher before we put the mowers to it? What do you say, huh?
He hasn't been near my shop yet. That means he still has it on, then.
Why does he have to be so different?
Yeah. Merely a touch of eccentricity, dear. Would you have me try him in my court?
Get up. Up. To lie there on a Sunday and swear you won't go to church because it might mean laughing at Joe Palmer. How do we know he didn't join up with some secret religion or some bunch of anarchists?
Joe, an anarchist? Oh, fuck.
How do you know? How do you know?
How can we know why Joe grew up? All right, I'll go to church.
Who hates intolerance more than the Christian? Yet toleration is a two-edged sword, is it not? For we must learn to tolerate the needs and opinions of our neighbors before we ourselves can be tolerated. Who is a law unto himself?
All right, have your fun, but let me have mine, too.
After all, folks, it's getting pretty darn silly. All the jokes about's 4 inches of hair.
Which should be a-growing atop his head where they belong.
Now, Joe's a customer, folks. If it is Joe behind that disguise.
That might well be the reason, Mr. Davis. Yeah, Joe. Who'd you kill you're running away from?
No. We'll be going. Is that everything on Martha's list?
You still trust him with credit, storekeeper?
Well, that's, $3.18.
$3. Well, you know I never carry no money in my overalls.
Oh, I was only funning, Joe, but...
I'll tell you this. I'll never go hunting again with a man who hides his face from me.
Shut up!
Joe, this has gone way past where it should. I'll lend you the money, of course, but
I don't know as I'll allow any man to...
Look, I'll give you the $3.18 for old time's sake. And that beard.
Jokes. Stand up for what we intend. Stand up or get down. You shave or you and your kind get out.
My kind? Listen,
Your kind. Your kind is what I mean. Pick up your groceries. Your friend should be run off by anybody man enough to protect the decent women of this town.
Wait a minute! Neighbors. 14 good years among you. And I never knew. Your watchful eyes. Your little... I put too much meaning to it. Thanks, Parker. Keep your food, storekeeper. I'll please you all. Come along, children.
Caused trouble down to the store this morning. He had his secret reasons.
Why should he persist?
What's he fighting for?
For something deep and secret that he should persist so strong.
Like I said last night, I tell you, he has his secret reasons.
But Joe's just like me. I tell you...
How do you know? How do you know?
I swear I've grown so used to you this way now, it'll seem indecent to look upon your naked face.
Well, you can leave the kitchen, Martha, and I'll sort of sneak up on you in about 20 minutes. Where's my little Susan?
Well, she is a mite late. Playing in the school grounds, I guess. If she don't come shortly, I'll send Tim.
It was the sight of a young face, Martha. Then I guess I got tired of seeing something nasty hiding right behind their eyes. Well, martyr or no martyr, I never felt better in my life.
I know they do it. They planned it. I'll kill him. I'll gouge your eyes.
Stay right here. Keep inside, Martha.
Only get away. Get away. Go on, get away. I want to die. I want forever to die. Baby.
Susan.
Please go away. Go away from me. Please. Let him go, Mother. Don't let anybody see. Baby. I ran clear down Broad Street, and the grown-ups shouted and laughed at me. And they didn't make the children stop. They didn't make them stop. They cut part of my hair, and they pulled me to a place and shoved me in. Don't let anybody see me. Baby.
I'll kill somebody. I'll kill him.
And the devil in these things is that when you've gone too far and let your children turn savage by your example, you can't stop. And knowing that if any one of you had had a little girl so treated, you would go hunting through the town to vent your rage, and so you knew he would. And gathered in the store to trap him, trying to make yourselves believe the whole blame lay upon a beard.
What time is it?
It's a difference. They'll be here.
Where are you?
Get him up on the counter, man. Come on, get his arms. All right, let's go. Fool! We're just trying to off your beard. You didn't take it off, so we will. Hurry up or I'll rip it off by hand. Look out, he's got a knife. I'm trying to hack your beard off, you fool.
I will not hear a word, since there is no more indirect evidence. My court has not seen such a travesty in a dozen years. In fact, never mind. Assault and battery with lethal weapon. Charge sustained. Luckily for you, they didn't bleed to death, which would have sent you to the gallows. 1 year. Now get him out of here fast.
It was inevitable, as I pointed out 5 months ago. Very clearly, he belonged to a society of religious reformers, and his beard was a symbol.
I hunted and fished with him for years. And then one summer, it come out what he really was.
We should have realized years ago, but nobody paid any attention.
Walking around the house isn't going to put you to rest one jot. Now that justice has been done and I can sleep safe of nights, I'm willing to shut my tongue if only others have the same good sense. Now you come to bed.
No. I'm going outside for a while.
You've taken to reading supper time as well as breakfast.
It's an old lawyer's trick, Georgia. There are times when a man can't talk.
Joe Palmer.
Something has got to be done.
Silly, isn't it, to put a beard in jail, but maybe that might make the story.
Ready for you now, sir.
No rush. Hope to be here a couple of days. Just dropped in to freshen up after the long train ride. Anything wrong?
Oh, you'll set yourself on fire.
You better shut up, Fred. You see, sir, we ain't nosy in this town like it always says country people are in those city magazines.
Yeah? Oh, I like meeting people. I'm,
selling general merchandise? Specialty? Buffalo?
New York City.
Oh.
I'm what you might call a cub reporter. First time they've ever given me a railroad fare and expenses. My name's Carl Winton. The New York Globe.
Shave it off?
Gosh, no. It took me 3 months of tender care to raise this. No, just trim the neck and tidy the whiskers.
Yeah. Neck.
You like the beard? They're becoming all the fashion here and there. In fact, they're sweeping over the East like wildfire just the past few months. Doctors, lawyers, bankers, reporters.
Americans?
It's very funny. Well, it'll feel good to get some of the cinders off. I understand you've had some kind of trouble here with a man, Joe Palmerson?
Just Palmer.
Oh.
Joe.
Yeah, I thought you'd know, being the barber. I heard he got a jail sentence. I wonder if you could tell me why.
Well, just exactly to go into a condition which you might say is strictly our own business, I'm not the man to see. There's others closer to the mess. I'm not... Look, mister, you go see the marshal or the judge.
Sure, of course. Why? What was the reason? Tell me the reason. Why? Can you tell me that, Judge?
As a judge, my decision is based solely on the evidence presented in a trial. Now, you know that.
Yes, sir, I understand that.
I am not obliged to defend my judgment in a New York newspaper.
No, surely not, Judge, if that's the way you want it.
Now, the only evidence presented in this trial was an 18-inch cheese knife with which Joe Palmer murderously attacked a group of our townspeople. Even after he was bodily flung to the floor, he was still lunging with this weapon with intent to kill. Now, that was the only evidence presented in the case.
Yes, I know that, sir.
As an officer of this court, I am bound to listen only to the evidence presented in a trial.
Yes, sir. But there's one thing I'd like to get clear. Was the beard he wore presented in evidence?
No. No, of course not. However, now look, I cannot discuss this. I would do so. I would be very glad to discuss this with you outside of law. What I think as a private citizen has nothing to do with my position on the bench.
And what do you think, Judge? As a private citizen, of course.
I am disturbed. But the law is the law. I have a friend that you might ask. I'll ask him here at noon.
Thank you, Judge. Why did you do... I apologize, Reverend. Why did they do it?
Well, these matters, young man, are the unwritten laws of a congregation. In order to worship as one, there must be solidarity. The early Christians themselves, for example...
Yes, sir?
I'm subject to great confusion. I've searched my soul.
There's a woman here in this town, Mrs. Parker, I think, who seems to enjoy making trouble, who told me, Reverend, that her husband came to your house, the night they planned to trap Joe Palmer into making a wild attack so they could shave off his beard by force. And she said that her husband asked you if it was right.
I'm not obliged to answer irresponsible questions. I advised against it.
I see, Reverend. Thank you.
Oh, hello, Mr. Winton. Get your story? What the dickens is this, Judge?
The young man wants to know why, Parker. How do you like it?
I was in the store. I held Joe down with my thumbs digging into his throat. That's how much I like it.
I have insisted, however, that the case was tried on the evidence. At the same time...
The interesting thing, gentlemen, is that we would never have heard about this incident at all had it not been that someone in this town, a man of education, wrote us an anonymous letter in which he said that local children had been led to outrage a little girl with filth in order to punish her father. That's quite a story. You didn't write that letter, did you, Judge?
Within 10 days, they had a paper to suspend Joe's sentence, but he was strangely stubborn now and stayed in jail to the final hour of his term. And why should a man do that? And then he walked the town square again among us, perfectly friendly as if it hadn't happened at all. And the years went past, and now half our men were sporting beards, a matter of the style, of course. We were having a little kidding in the barber shop, and when Joe spoke of it at last, he left it no plainer than before.
Yeah, and the drunkard turned to the minister and he says, that's right Christian of you, parson, but there's 9 churches in this town. Don't you think I ought to spread my business around a little bit? That's the latest from Buffalo, New York.
That was the latest from Buffalo in your Uncle Pete's time. The first time I heard that story was the day I decided not to shave my whiskers off.
Well, I heard the story of that, Joe. It never made any sense to me.
It didn't make any sense, did it, Reverend? Old times of witch burning would have seemed more reasonable. Are you coming over to dinner Sunday, Joe?
No, thank you, sir. I'm going hunting with Parker and Timothy. Mind if I leave the gun? I guess none of us will ever know the plain answer. I was a stubborn cuss at first, and it opened a door. Something black burst through and went crazy. Judge, if I laid something on the conscience of this town, does it still lay somehow on me? Was it all of us? You may recall that in the beginning we showed you some film which we took of the monument to Joe Palmer, which is near Fitchburg. And now we can read the inscription. Persecuted for wearing the beard. But Joe was by no means the first, not by a long shot, not by several thousand years. This statue represents a Greek fighting man of over 2,300 years ago. And in spite of the long hair on top of the head, you will notice that he is a clean-shaven man. Alexander the Great, it seems, figured that if his soldiers were clean-shaven, then the enemy in hand-to-hand combat couldn't grab them by the beards, which made a great deal of sense at the time. But several centuries later, it had become a mere style. Nevertheless, if you wore a beard, you were the enemy because you looked a little different. And it was this fear of that which appears strange, which was the real villain that pursued Joe Palmer. And so, until we meet next week for another story, good evening.
Another arrival, a different era.
Oh, sorry. Whoa.
Whoa, what is that thing? And yet, if you look around you, this kind of looks like the place that the crypt is, but it's not here yet, so.
Crypt.
Yo, if this be the future, I don't know. I'm starting to feel kind of old. I mean, how old am I now? You know?
Fred is getting so old. Oh my.
Decrepit.
I don't know. I mean,
Why am I not getting old?
If it all works out, you should be fine. I
I feel
we're-
like after a long night of shotgunning meat, this is what the next morning's like, man. I ain't good.
I think
Ain't
we're
good.
good.
have
We'll be
any
okay.
meat?
Just come along with us. We'll lead you straight. Don't worry.
Straight out.
And
Alright.
so
More music.
But we don't seem to be in the right area yet. So I guess that's the only way is what was that, Minsley? What did you say?
Sorry.
What do we need? What'll work us out of this mess?
An ode.
Yeah, more music.
Oh, definitely. An ode to
Some more jams.
to joy. Yes.
Joy.
Everyone loves joy. I
Okay.
love joy.
Ode to Joy?
Yeah, ode to joy. You remember that one?
Nah, man, I
it's
heard that
before-
one.
I guess it's before. It just came to me. It's
But I can feel the joy. I can feel the tune.
yeah.
You know, I think we can make it happen.
Yo, we can make this happen.
Let's do this.
All right, I'll lead you in, and hopefully this'll send me home.
Hopefully.
1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Wunderbar. Once more,
Once
auf
more?
Deutsch. Let's do it. That'll really send it.
ja,
Loosey goosey, baby, we got this.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Freude schöner Götter, Funken Tochter aus Elysium. Wir betreten Feuertrunken, himmlischer dein Heiligtum. Deiner Zauberbinden wieder, was der Moder Schwert getan. Erlöschen werden allen Bruder, wo dein Senf der Kugel weilt. Ha! That's gotta do the trick.
Oh, you feeling it?
Yeah, I'm feeling it. Here we go again.
Time
Oh, here we are. Hi.
Oh, this is
Well,
different.
I mean, there's not a whole lot here.
I'm feeling weaker still, man. Oh,
Really?
yeah, man. Got that reflux going.
I don't know what's up.
That's reflux is horrible.
Well, it's definitely the spot for the crypt, but it still doesn't look quite right. It's not what I'm used to, at least.
Yeah, man, I was promised a party. This
Far in
ain't
the
that.
future, how old am I now?
Ugh.
At least 400.
Yeah, I mean, this looks.
But not old enough?
I mean, I can't exactly tell, but I'd say around. I mean, give or take. What time are we at, basically?
1900.
1900. Wow. That's.
Is that your time, G-Unit? We there?
Not quite. Not quite. Still got like a century, maybe.
Man, we've been
100 years. So, but I mean, like, we got like a time boost, right? We've done like a whole musical cavalcade review type extravaganza.
Oh, lots of songs.
Gonna give us a little extra juice.
Are you fine? Maybe you can
make
give us
it
another
there?
boost.
Just a little more, please.
I apologize, but I cannot send you any further into the future without another song.
But we've been spitting our hottest fire.
Yeah, we're so beat.
Those were our biggest dams,
I guess we just gotta...
We ain't got nothing else. I'm beat, I tell you.
Oh, I guess we're just gonna have to play the waiting game.
I hate the waiting game.
I'm afraid so.
Yeah.
I did that before I found you, and now I have to do it again.
I mean, time goes forward on its own, so really, I mean, what do we even need? I think we got this. We can do 100 years standing on our heads. So let's.
Tell me you got a stash to make the time pass, though.
You know, if you got them. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Let's wait.
Pack your bags and leave this town. I don't wanna see you coming round. No, I don't wanna waste my precious time again. With the Star Trek sticker on your Cadillac, I don't wanna see you coming back. No, I don't wanna see your gloomy face again. Waiting takes more time than letting go. Sitting at a stop sign, wasting time when I'd rather be speeding on the 99. This relationship just won't shift out of neutral. You say that you'll be ready soon, but I've already heard that tune, and I don't think you're ready for a new role. Waiting takes more time than letting go. Waiting takes more time than letting go. Oh, wait, and get your foot off my brakes and go. Oh, wait, and get your foot off of my brakes and pack your bags and leave this town. I don't wanna see you coming round. No, I don't wanna waste my precious time again. My brakes with the Star Trek sticker on your Cadillac. I don't wanna see you coming back. No, I don't wanna see your gloomy face again.
Well, I do say, Sonny, this seems to be the proper time and place at last. It's the crypt as we know and love it.
This guy. What a guy.
And I mean, I seem to be all right. I mean, what's a century? I mean, we could just do that standing on our heads, like I said. I mean, then again, I am undead. What's your story?
Oh, well, my friend, music transcends time because I'm actually Freak Slice.
Oh, whoa, mind
I
blown.
transcend all. God, I'm so tired of doing that British accent.
Oh, well, it's good to see you again, buddy. What happened to little Chad over there?
Oh, I guess he didn't transcend time. Oh, man.
Oh, I guess we forgot that he was not immortal.
I kind of like that guy. He liked to party.
Well, that is a puzzlement.
Ah, old friends.
Hey,
it's good to see you.
Hey. What's up? We made it.
Yes, it is your friend, the Zombie Critic, and it seems as if you are back in the crypt. You had been missing for a short period of time.
Yeah,
we had, and thereby hangs a tale, which we shall tell you in the form of an epic musical production.
Oh.
And a one, and a two, and a pleasant nightmares.
Oh, and what is...
Far and away.
What is this
Back
right here?
in the past. Long days ago.
Don't worry about him.
I think I like this hat.
Yeah, this is a good hat. Yeah, this is good.
It fits you to a T. Now sit down and listen to me. And we hope that you at home join us again for Count Gauntly's Horrors from the Public Domain. Thank you.
I want ice cream now.
I don't remember how to play.
And thus it ends.
Our way of life. Here's to Christmas. swords and the daggers in hand, and they marched up to the height for more aggressive land. The first the blues brought the ornate landed with the actual guns of the red oak they brandished. As they arrived in their squadrons and ships, they spotted the death of the hair on their lips. At last, the general faced off with the red, who slung his gun over his shoulder and said,
That was good. Good job.